If you've ever tried to figure out whether you need shared hosting, a VPS, or a dedicated server, you've probably run into the same problem I did. Every article you find was written by someone trying to sell you the most expensive option. This video is different. I'm going to walk you through each option clearly, show you real performance data, and give you a practical framework for choosing based on your actual situation. Let's go. Shared hosting means your website lives on a server alongside hundreds or even thousands of other websites. You share the same CPU, RAM, and storage with all of them. It's cheap, usually 3 to 15 a month, and it requires zero technical knowledge. The host manages everything. You just upload your website files. The downside is that performance is inconsistent. When another site on your shared server gets a traffic spike, your site slows down. This is called the nosy neighbor problem. You also have limited resources, which caps how fast your site can grow. Shared hosting is genuinely fine for hobby blogs, personal portfolios, brand new websites with under 10,000 monthly visitors, and anyone testing an idea who doesn't want to invest in infrastructure yet. A VPS, virtual private server, is your own isolated chunk of a much larger physical server. You get dedicated CPU cores, dedicated RAM, and your own storage allocation that no other user touches. Cloud servers are essentially VPS servers with one key advantage. They run across multiple physical machines. So if one piece of hardware fails, your server keeps running. It's more resilient. With a VPS or cloud server, you have root access. You can install any software, configure anything, and run whatever workloads you need. The trade-off is that you're responsible for managing the server software, or you pay for managed service. Prices range from $40 a month on the entry and Kamatera's basic plan to $100 per month for high-spec cloud servers. A dedicated server is an entire physical machine, all to you. You're not sharing any resources with anyone. Every CPU core, every gigabyte of RAM is exclusively yours. Dedicated servers deliver the highest possible raw performance. They're also the most expensive, typically $80 to $500 per month depending on specs, and the most work to manage. They make sense for high traffic websites with $500 monthly visitors, applications that require guaranteed CPU performance with no virtualization overhead, and enterprises with strict compliance requirements. For most small and medium businesses, dedicated servers are overkill. Let me give you real benchmark numbers. Shared hosting average benchmark typical on 100-month plan. TTFB time to first byte 1.5 to 3 seconds. Page speed score 50 to 65, maximum concurrent users before slowdown of 50. Cloud VPS average benchmark, Kamatera standard. 2 GB RAM 0.2 to 0.5 seconds. Page speed scored 80 to 92, maximum concurrent users 5000 plus. Dedicated server benchmark as entry viable 4 core. 16 GB RAM to TSB 0.2 to 0.2 seconds. Page speed scored 90 to 98, maximum concurrent users. 2. Awesome, but the jump from shared to VPS is massive. The jump from VPS to dedicated is meaningful but smaller, and you pay a lot more for it. Shared hosting $3 to $130 a month. Basic features, managed environment, Cloud VPS Kamatera at $40 a month, and basic to $89 a month for a serious production setup. Flexible pay for what you need, no contracts. Dedicated server ADA to $500 a month. Highest performance, highest cost, highest management responsibility. The smart move for 95% of websites is Cloud VPS. You get dedicated resources, better performance than shared hosting, and far more flexibility than a dedicated server, at a fraction of the dedicated server price. Here's a simple rule I used to know when to upgrade hosting. Under 10,000 monthly visitors, shared hosting is fine. 10,000 to 100,000 monthly visitors, move to a VPS or cloud server. 100,000 to 500,000 monthly visitors, a well-configured VPS or small cloud cluster. $500 monthly visitors, you need multiple servers, a load balancer, and possibly a dedicated layer. This isn't exact. It depends on your site's complexity, how much JavaScript you load, and whether you have caching configured. But as a rough guide, it works. If you're currently at 15,000 monthly visitors and your site is slow, you've already answered your own question. Shared hosting, you're affected by what your neighbors do. If another site on your server gets hacked, it can sometimes affect yours. Reliability depends entirely on the host. Cloud VPS, you're isolated. Other users cannot affect your server. Most cloud providers, including Kamatera, offer a 99.95% uptime SLA backed by multiple physical machines. Dedicated server, maximum isolation, maximum control, also maximum responsibility. You're the one making sure the server is secured, patched, and backed up. Brand new website, low budget, start with shared hosting. Migrate when you hit the traffic threshold. Freelancer or developer hosting, client sites, cloud, VPS all the way. Host multiple sites on one server. Far cheaper and faster than multiple shared accounts. Small business, e-commerce, cloud VPS with 2 4 vCPUs and 4 GB RAM. This handles most small business workloads comfortably. Growing startup or SaaS cloud VPS to start with the ability to scale. Kamatera is particularly good here because you can adjust resources on the fly. Enterprise or very high traffic dedicated or a managed cloud cluster. I've tested a lot of cloud providers. Kamatera stands out for three specific reasons. First, true resource flexibility. You don't buy preset packages. You configure exactly the CPU, RAM, and storage you need and pay for exactly that. Nothing more. Second, global reach. 20 data center locations means you can put your server where your users are, which matters for latency and page speed. Third, transparent pricing. The calculator on their site shows your exact monthly and hourly cost before you commit. No surprises at billing time. Plus, the 30-day free trial with up to 100 in credits means you can test your exact configuration before spending anything. The choice really does come down to where you are right now. If you're under 10,000 visitors, shared is fine. If you're past that, or if you're a developer managing multiple sites, Cloud VPS is the right call. And if you're picking a Cloud VPS provider, Kamatera is worth serious consideration. The free trial link is in the description. Go test it. Hit like if this helped clear up the confusion. Subscribe Yam Opakoti channel for more content like this. See you next time.